You think about all the silly things and all the silly beefs and all the silly foolishness that you make into a big thing in life. We as humans.
These are the only fucks, you know, that are going to be able to do anything. They're going to.
Johnny Nelson reacts to Jake Paul arrested after sabotaging Anthony Joshua car and he cleared everything. Johnny Nelson said, "I'm telling you straight, Jake Paul either arranged or paid someone to do this and put Anthony Joshua in real danger. I've seen all this nonsense before and now it's clear. Thank God Anthony Joshua's life was spared, he got lucky, and justice is finally catching up with Jake Paul."
Imagine seeing that. Can you imagine being involved in that area? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine those being your friends? You can't even imagine, you know, the trauma, the mental trauma that would, how that would affect anybody. Even people passing the other way.
Johnny Nelson said, "Boxing is a game, but what Jake Paul did goes beyond foolishness. He's involved in putting Anthony Joshua in harm's way, all for his own nonsense. People treat it like news or gossip, but this is real life. Anthony Joshua got lucky, and it's shocking to see someone so reckless cause such chaos."
Boxing's a game. It's a short period in your life. It's a game. So,
breaking news has everyone talking about Jake Paul being under FBI investigation for the Anthony Joshua car incident. Nothing adds up, and all the signs point to something suspicious. Fans are wondering if he really had a hand in it or if this is just another one of his reckless stunts. Either way, questions need answers.
The YouTube star was reportedly not present in the home when the search happened. The LA Times reporting that multiple weapons were found and taken from the property. The FBI has confirmed that no arrests were made.
Joe Rogan raises the critical questions every fan is thinking about Anthony Joshua's condition after the crash. Did he hit his head or neck? Will he fully recover? Jake Paul's involvement makes this even more alarming. The uncertainty fuels suspicion, and everyone is watching closely to see how this unfolds.
Happened to him when he survived, right? Like, did he hit his head? Did he hit his neck? Like, what is he okay? Like, is he 100%, or is he always gonna be a little fuck from that?
Eddie Hearn confirms that Anthony Joshua appears to have escaped without major injuries, which is incredible considering the severity of the accident. This just highlights how lucky Anthony Joshua really is. Meanwhile, Jake Paul's role in all of this cannot be ignored. Fans are suspicious of his involvement and whether this was truly an accident or part of his reckless stunts. Anthony Joshua's resilience shines through yet again, and the boxing world collectively breathes a sigh of relief. The focus now is on recovery and accountability, and everyone is watching closely to see what happens next with Jake Paul.
It doesn't look like he has any major injuries. He's true, and that would be fantastic. And obviously, he'd be a very lucky boy if that was the case, but we hope that is the case.
Alexander Usyk's reaction shows the respect even opponents have for Anthony Joshua. Everyone understands the danger he faced and how fortunate he was to survive. It's a moment that transcends boxing, and it makes Jake Paul's suspected involvement even more troubling. Fans are on high alert, questioning whether Paul orchestrated this or if it's just another stunt gone wrong. Anthony Joshua's focus and professionalism stand out, even in chaos, and this incident only adds to his legacy. Observers are united in hope for a full recovery and in keeping Jake Paul accountable for his actions, whatever the final investigation reveals.
I wish you all healthy, laugh, and
John Fury's words perfectly capture the relief and shock everyone feels about Anthony Joshua surviving such a horrific accident. This is a reminder of how fragile life is, and it makes the alleged involvement of Jake Paul even more sinister. Fury's blessing and concern underscore how lucky Anthony Joshua was to escape with his life. Fans are rallying behind him, not just as a fighter, but as a man who faced real danger. The gratitude for his survival is palpable, and everyone now wants to see justice for Anthony Joshua and accountability for Jake Paul if his hand was indeed behind this shocking incident.
AJ, you one lucky lad. God bless you, I'm glad you're alive again. Shocked me, it has. Terrible. Anyway, good luck everybody, and try and enjoy the new year as much as you can and be safe.
Eddie Hearn highlights the importance of support for Anthony Joshua and those affected by this tragedy. His focus on medical care and family safety reminds everyone that beyond boxing, lives were at risk. Jake Paul's shadow looms over this incident, and suspicion among fans is growing as the FBI investigates. Anthony Joshua is lucky to survive, and the priority is his recovery and protecting loved ones. Hearn's message also emphasizes accountability. showing that stardom does not exempt anyone from danger or responsibility. The boxing community is united in watching how this situation unfolds and ensuring justice is served.
Really be there for them and the family, anything they need. You know, sometimes when someone is a star, they have a lot of things in their life taken care of for them. So you really have to move into that mode in this situation as well. Make sure obviously they're getting the best medical attention, make sure their family are safe and happy and happy.
Anthony Joshua has endured a severe car accident and survived against the odds, showing just how resilient he is. His body is likely battered and bruised, yet the man who is used to taking punches for a living faces a completely different type of pain now. The level of care needed after such an incident is massive, and anyone watching can see the gravity of the situation. Meanwhile, Jake Paul's suspected involvement makes this even more alarming. Fans are questioning whether this was truly an accident or if Paul orchestrated something more sinister behind the scenes. The boxing world is rallying behind Anthony Joshua, marveling at his toughness and determination to endure not just inside the ring but outside as well. His focus and willpower stand as a lesson in courage, and people are hoping he recovers fully while keeping an eye on the accountability Jake Paul owes.
He's been through such a severe car accident there. Like, all right, he's lucky enough to still be alive, but fuck me, his body must be going through a lot right there. This is not a man who winces in pain easily, right? He gets punched for a living. And obviously, like, you're supposed to take people out of car accidents like that with great care because you don't want to...
The news that 2 people close to Anthony Joshua lost their lives in the accident is devastating and puts everything into stark perspective. This isn't just about a boxing superstar, it's about real lives and the ripple effects of tragedy. Fans are horrified and shocked, and the suspected involvement of Jake Paul makes it even more unbearable to process. Anthony Joshua's survival feels almost miraculous in comparison to the fate of his friends, highlighting just how fragile life can be. The world sees a fighter who conquers challenges inside the ring now confronting a life-threatening situation outside of it. Fans and commentators alike are rallying around Anthony Joshua, offering prayers, support, and gratitude for his resilience while demanding accountability. The incident serves as a grim reminder of what's at stake when recklessness crosses the line, and questions about Jake Paul's actions continue to swirl.
Anthony Joshua injured in car accident. 2 people who I believe were with Anthony Joshua were friends of his have tragically passed away. Before I carry on reading the article, the 2 people who have tragically passed, my condolences is all I can say. To their friends and families, we'll definitely offer up some...
Gareth. A Davies' account emphasizes how tragic the situation surrounding Anthony Joshua really is. Losing 2 people in an accident is a stark reminder that life can change in seconds, and it reinforces how lucky Anthony Joshua was to survive. The responsible reporting is crucial in keeping the focus on facts, especially as suspicion grows around Jake Paul's potential involvement. Fans are concerned and frustrated because this goes beyond boxing drama into real-life danger, and any hint that Paul could be connected adds tension. Anthony Joshua's resilience and focus amid this turmoil are remarkable, showing the kind of mental strength that makes him a true champion. Support from the boxing world and the public is unwavering as everyone processes the scale of the tragedy. Meanwhile, the scrutiny on Jake Paul increases, and people want clarity and justice for Anthony Joshua and the lives affected by this accident.
Of what happened, obviously it's a tragic incident. 2 people have lost their lives. It's a horrific moment. I thought the reporting of it yesterday, I've read and obviously got in contact with his management team straight away. I thought the reporting of it was responsible, not speculative.
The contrast between Anthony Joshua's peak earning moment against Jake Paul and the life-threatening car accident is shocking. Just days ago, he was on top of the world, celebrated and adored, and now he narrowly escaped death. This illustrates not just his luck, but the dangerous reality he faced outside the ring. The fact that fans immediately link Jake Paul to this incident intensifies the outrage and suspicion. People are stunned by how fragile life is, especially for someone who seems invincible in the boxing world. Anthony Joshua's survival is a testament to his resilience, and the world collectively breathes a sigh of relief. At the same time, questions about accountability, motive, and how Jake Paul may have contributed linger. It's a stark reminder that boxing fans and observers are watching every detail, rooting for Anthony Joshua's recovery and justice to be served.
Oh, he was on top of the world. Apparently, he'd pocketed $92 million from his Jake Paul fight. The American audience was in love with him. His star was bigger than ever. And then just yesterday, we see footage like this of AJ being pulled from the wreckage in a situation where if he'd just sat on the other side of the car, they wouldn't have been pulling him out alive. There's no way he would have survived. And it puts everything into perspective, this. It really...
Tyson Fury's reaction captures the concern and solidarity the boxing world feels for Anthony Joshua. Seeing a peer face such danger outside the ring hits hard for fighters and fans alike. Fury's words underline the seriousness of the accident and the shock that someone like Anthony Joshua, a man of immense strength and resilience, could have been in such peril. Fans are also scrutinizing Jake Paul, questioning if his reckless actions or behind-the-scenes schemes played a role. Anthony Joshua's ability to survive this catastrophe adds to his legacy as a warrior both inside and outside the ring. The boxing community is unified in relief, but also in holding anyone responsible accountable. Tyson Fury's concern mirrors the public sentiment, showing how everyone is focused on Anthony Joshua's recovery and the wider implications this incident has for the sport and those surrounding Jake Paul. Johnny Nelson's words hit hard because they remind everyone that this is not just a boxing story, it's about real people and real lives. Anthony Joshua surviving the car accident is miraculous, but tragically, 2 others lost their lives, and that reality can never be understated. The mental and emotional toll on witnesses and fans alike is enormous. From a fan perspective, it is shocking to consider how close Anthony Joshua came to sharing the same fate. The suspicion surrounding Jake Paul only amplifies the unease. Fans are rightfully asking if his reckless behavior or involvement behind the scenes contributed to this disaster. Seeing Johnny Nelson speak with such gravity emphasizes the seriousness of the situation and the human cost of these events. It also underscores why Anthony Joshua commands respect, not just for his skill in the ring, but for his resilience and focus under life-threatening circumstances. This is a moment that goes beyond sports, reminding everyone of Anthony Joshua's determination to survive and the call for accountability.
It was a sad thing to hear, a sad thing to see. God knows how it'll affect those that saw it mentally, emotionally. But you've got to think about these 2 men who were somebody's child, someone's brother. And that's what you've got to think about, those people that have lost their lives. Now, that is the saddest thing you could ever even imagine.
Anthony Joshua has faced unimaginable highs and terrifying lows within a short span. From dominating Jake Paul in front of millions and earning a fortune to nearly losing his life in a catastrophic accident, the contrast is staggering. Surviving such a severe crash while tragically losing 2 close friends highlights his resilience and the fragility of life outside the ring. Fans cannot help but feel a mix of relief and outrage, especially with Jake Paul's suspicious involvement looming over the incident. Questions continue to circulate about whether recklessness or deliberate actions contributed to the crash, making the entire situation feel tense and unnerving. Anthony Joshua's ability to endure both the physical and emotional trauma demonstrates not just his strength as a fighter, but his character as a person. The world watched a champion tested in ways no opponent in the ring could impose, and his survival cements his legendary status. Fans are united in admiration and hope for accountability, while keeping a wary eye on Jake Paul and his motives.
Here's 2 weeks ago, this guy's in front of the whole world. The whole world. Netflix, millions of dollars, breaks Jake Paul's jaw in 2 places. Decides to go back to Nigeria, almost dies. 2 of his closest friends pass away in the accident. You never know what they...
Anthony Joshua has been through a storm that most fighters could never imagine facing outside the ring, surviving a life-threatening car accident while tragically losing 2 close friends and still standing strong shows the heart of a true champion. Jake Paul's suspicious involvement casts a dark shadow over everything, and fans are questioning whether this was recklessness or deliberate sabotage. Anthony Joshua's mental toughness, focus, and ability to overcome adversity put him in a league of his own, while Jake Paul's actions and constant need for attention only expose his lack of integrity and respect. The stakes are enormous because Anthony Joshua is not just fighting for titles or pride anymore. He is fighting to prove that resilience, discipline, and honor always prevail over chaos and nonsense. If Anthony Joshua bounces back from this and takes on Jake Paul in the ring, it will be a masterclass in discipline versus theatrics. Fans everywhere are eagerly waiting to see if justice and skill will dominate over manipulation and luck. Are you backing Anthony Joshua to make a statement, or do you think Jake Paul will shock the world? Drop your thoughts below and join the debate now.